Moses, the greatest prophet in the Old Testament. Moses was the son of Amram and Jochebed of the tribe of Levi. Miriam and Aaron were his brother and sister. He was born in Egypt during the period the Israelites, that is Hebrews, had become a threat to the Egyptians because of their large population. The Pharaoh had ordered that all newborn male Hebrew children be cast into Nile to drown. Amram and Jochebed took their newborn son and placed him in a waterproof basket. They hid him in the tall grass of the Nile. Meanwhile, his sister Miriam hid and watched over the baby from a distance. A group of women and servants were bathing nearby. The Pharaoh's daughter, hearing the baby's cry, found and rescued him. She named him Moses, meaning drawn from the water. Her desire for a son was fulfilled. She made ascertain that Moses had the best of everything, including education. Moses was brought up in the splendor of Egyptian palace. He was treated as the Pharaoh's daughter's adopted son. Grown to manhood, he was aware of his Hebraic clan, so he had shared a deep compassion for his confined kinsman. He became furious when witnessing an Egyptian master brutally beating a Hebrew slave. He impulsively killed the Egyptian. Fearing Pharaoh's punishment, he fled into the desert of Midian. He became a shepherd for Jephthah, a Midianite priest whose daughter Sipro he later married. While tending the flocks on Horeb mountain in the wilderness, he saw a bush burning, but not turning into ash. He heard a voice from within the bush that told him that he had been chosen to serve as one to lead the children of Israel out of Egypt. He was also told to declare the unity of God to his people. At that time, most Israelites were worshipping many gods. Moses was to tell them that there was only one God. The tremendous responsibility of Moses' task was given to him. His shyness and that he felt of his unworthiness in using babbling tongue to speak to others. He was having a lack of confidence. The Yahweh answer was, "Who made your tongue? Then why should you fear of?" He was then assured that Aaron, his more talkative brother, Aaron would serve as his spokesperson both to the people of Israel and to the Pharaoh. The promised destination for Israelites, the journey concerned to reach a land rich with milk and honey. Moses returned to Egypt, persuaded the Hebrews to organize themselves. With Aaron, Moses informed the Pharaoh that God, the God of his Hebrews, demanded that Pharaoh should give freedom to God's people. Pharaoh refused to obey. Moses brought upon 9 terrible plagues which spread rapidly and caused death. Moses produced upon these to Egypt by using the miraculous staff he had received from God as a sign of his authority. The Egyptians suffered under the plagues of water turned into blood, spreading innumerous frogs, snots, flies, disease to their cattle, bodily boils, raining hail, spreading locusts, and immense darkness. Each plague was severe to the Egyptians but left the Israelites untouched. The 10th plague is celebrated now as Passover. God sent the angel of death to kill the firstborn sons of Egypt. a proof of his immense strength and power. The Israelites protected their household by putting lamb's blood on their doorway. Hence, the angel of death would know to pass over their homes. This last plague broke the Pharaoh's residence and moved him to grant the Hebrews permission to leave immediately. Moses thus found himself the leader of an unaware, undisciplined slaves, Hebrew as well as non-Hebrew, escaping from Egyptian territory toward freedom.